This video is all about simple and effective iron fitting. You know, better players can be very particular about their irons, particular how the iron looks at address, how it feels at impact, and their ball flight. But this video isn't for the better player. This video is just for the typical golfer who's not particular about anything. He just wants a little help in selecting some new golf clubs. So you know, there's so many styles out there, and there's so many prices. It can get confusing. My advice is to not overthink this and don't spend a lot of money. And I'll give you a few simple keys that hopefully will be of help to you. First of all, a golf club, a golf iron, it only has 3 components. It has a head, a shaft, and a grip, and that's it. You need to think a little bit about the 3 different components. Know a little bit about what you're looking for going into this. The first component we'll talk about is the head, and that is by far the most important. You're going to want what's known as a game improvement design. That's what you're going to want. Don't let them talk you into a player's design that you're going to grow into. Don't forget about that. You just want a simple game improvement design, a cast iron. There's a lot of great ones out there. Great designs they're not very expensive. Now the traits of a game improvement design, there's going to be plenty of hosel offset that's going to help you square the club face. There's also going to be a lot of perimeter weighting, and the center of gravity is going to be low and very deep. These will help you stabilize the head when you make off-center hits. Also, there's going to be a wide sole and plenty of bounce, and that's going to help you when you happen to make contact with the ground before the ball. All these traits will help make your miss hit a little bit less severe. Then you're going to 2 other things. You're going to get fit for the lie angle. That's the angle between the hosel and the sole down here. You want it to be flat at impact. Don't worry about address, but at impact. If, for example, your hands are a little high, you come in a little steep, you're a little toe down, now the face plane is pointing towards right field, you're going to have to get a couple degrees upright. The hosel will be bent a couple degrees upright to bring you back to a level again. And finally, you're going to have to is loft. You're going to need plenty of loft. These are control clubs. They're not distance clubs. I mean, it's not it doesn't help you to hit line drives to go over the green and roll forever. That's not what these are about. You need to be able to get the ball up in the air and have it come down the descending angle to be around 45 degrees, so the ball stops on the green. Now the modern game improvement, a lot of the modern game improvement heads have gotten far too strong, and a lot of the clubs are no longer playable. When I was playing in golf, remember in 1970, my 4-iron was 28 degrees. Today, there's some 7-irons that are 27 degrees. They've just taken a 1974 iron and stamped a 7 on it, and now they say, look how far it goes. It's the new technology. It's just smoke and mirrors. They're just trying to sell distance. So when you're being fit for a set of irons, they may try to sell you 4 through gap. They like selling in set. But if you can't get the 4, 5, and 6 iron up in the air because the lofts are so strong, don't buy them. Get a set of clubs with more loft. Or if you love that set, just don't buy the 4, 5, and 6 iron. Just tell them you don't want those irons, and you'll replace them with some hybrids or high lofted fairway metals. So when I'm doing fitting at Goose Creek, in my studio at Goose Creek, I have a monitor, and I'm always monitoring the angle of descent. And I want, once the club, the player can't get at least a 40-degree angle of descent, then I don't have them use that club. They have to stop. And if they can get their 7, if they can't get a 6 iron to come down over 40, then they have to get a 6 hybrid, or get a different iron. So that's it about club heads. You're going to get a game improvement design, and you're going to get fit for the lie angle, and you're going to get plenty of loft. Now, next, right here, the shaft. People think this is the most important part of the club. It's not. They'll say, oh, this is the engine of the club. It's not. Don't let them talk you into getting an expensive designer-named shaft that's going to do something that it's not going to do. You don't need that. You just need what I want you to think about is weight. Now with the 7-iron, the head's always going to be, for all clubs, be 267 to 270 grams. The head will always be that weight. And the grip will always be around 50, 52 grams, always. But this guy here can be from 40 grams to 130 grams. This is what's going to determine the overall weight of the golf club. So when you're getting fit, try some different weights. As a rule, just normally slower swingers, weaker players are going to prefer lighter, more flexible clubs. Stronger, faster swinging players will often prefer heavier and firmer shafts. So the only way to know for positive with you is you have to try 2 or 3 different weights and see, look at the numbers, see which one performs best for you. And with the flex, go with the flex you can handle, as flexible as you can handle. When you're between flexes, like you're between an R and a senior, go to the senior RA flex. If you're between a stiff and an R, go with the R. Always lean towards getting more flexible, I feel. It's going to provide more feel. Now the final component is the grip. Most big box stores aren't even going to fit you for a grip. They're just going to sell you the standard size grip. They're not even going to think about it. So you have to tell them, I want to be fit for the grip. And not just measure your hand. You want to swing with different size grips. Grips will typically come in a standard or an undersize, and then a mid-size. A mid-size is like a standard with 4 extra wraps, or a jumbo oversized. It was like a standard with 8 extra wraps. So you got to try the different grips, put them on the golf clubs and swing them, and see what you like. I have some students with smaller hands that like bigger grips. They just like it. I have some students with big hands that like smaller grips. You don't know. It's a personal thing, but you need to take the time to be fit for your grip. So that's it. Those are just the basics of for the typical golfer, just buying a set of irons. You want to get a game improvement head design. You want to get fit for lie angle, and you want plenty of loft. Every club in the bag has got to be up. You got to be able to hit it high enough that it'll stop on the green. If you can't, don't buy it, don't carry it. On the shaft here, you're going to go to more flexible. You're going to try various weights to see what works best for you. Don't go longer than standard for your height. You try to get standard to gain more distance, it's no good. This makes it harder to make center contact. And then always take the time to be fit for the grip. So that's just the basic ideas as far as getting fit for the typical golfer, getting fit for your next set of irons. If you come by my studio sometime at Goose Creek, I wrote a book called Rethinking Golf Clubs, gets into this in far more detail. I'm happy to give you a copy. Come in and introduce yourself. I'd like to meet you. If you're not by Goose Creek, you can pick up one on Amazon. So that's it. It was simple, but I hope a few of those ideas help you. Good luck with your new set of irons, and I look forward to meeting you.